All right, YouTube, we're getting ready to go live on Heart Talk. Just stay tuned. Adelai Brown, right here, your heart coach. All right, all right, all right. We are back. It is time for Heart Talk. It's 11:37 on this Feel Good Freedom Friday. I tell you, one God is a good God. I'm so thankful to be here. This segment of Heart Talk is brought to you by my book, Help Save Me from My Broken Heart, Your Journey to Living and Loving Again. And you can pre-order your copy at theheartconnections.com. This is the talk portion of our show. Heart Talk is where we come to renew our minds and restore our hearts. And I want to let's just get into it. Today's topic is let it go. Let it go. And if you want to catch me live, you can tune in on YouTube at The Heart Connections. And you can also catch me on Facebook. You can follow me on my Facebook page, Adelai Brown. And you can catch me live there or like the Heart Connections page. And I'll be live on there. But on this Friday, it's a Friday. It's the end of the work week. It's the first Friday in June. Um, the first Friday in June, and I'll tell you one thing. Excuse me, the first Friday in May. I'm all over the place, y'all. And it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful weekend. It's a beautiful time to be alive. And that's why I want to talk to you a little bit about letting it go. The word of the day today is flocculate, and it means to aggregate or coalesce into small lumps or loose clusters. And I want to encourage you to not allow pain and frustration, anger, envy, worry, doubt, fear to flocculate in your life and start to cause problems. Those little small clusters or small lumps can form into something big if we don't properly deal with it. And I feel like a lot of times on a Friday, we get frustrated. Maybe we don't get through things that we want to get through. We're so focused on trying to get into the weekend that we maybe sometimes we even drop the ball on things we need to finish up at the end of the week. And when I say let it go, today is a day of letting go of all of the things that are holding you back from being productive and being prosperous in your life. You deserve it. You deserve to be free from fear, doubt, and worry. You deserve to not have certain things just hovering over you. You really deserve to overcome some things. But guess what? I can't get something new to you if you're not willing to let go of some things. One of the things about being free, liberation is being without bondage. And I think many of us, when we think bondage, we think being in jail, being in prison, having physical chains on our hands. But the truth of the matter is, many of us are in bondage mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And then what happens is because we're in such bondage, we hijack others in their lives and we bring them into bondage with us with our negative attitudes and mindsets and just ways of being. I want to encourage you, let it go. Sometimes you're going to have to let go of things in your way of being, your values, your beliefs. You're going to have to shift some things in order for you to get to where you need to be. I think about Kanye West. I know he's trending right now because he's been very popular for saying things about slavery and black people and just a lot of things that he's been saying. And a lot of people are very offended by what Kanye is saying. And I'm not going to say that I'm not offended by what Kanye is saying, but then again, I'm not offended by what Kanye is. I'm not offended by, I don't agree with what he's saying. However, I'm not offended by what he is saying because I realize that he can say those things. And this is something that has been a hard learned lesson for me. I cannot control anyone else. The only person I can control is myself. And if I don't like what someone else is saying, the only thing I can do is do more of what I do like, pray for them. Wherever I can serve them or be there for them, I will do that. But I'm going to keep it moving and focus on me. The Bible says, what the Bible says, I'm going to focus on the beam in my own eye instead of worrying about the speck in Kanye's eye or somebody else's eye. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that because they feel like when you're on certain platforms, you have a certain moral responsibility. I agree with that. I do. Certain things I talk about on the show, I would prefer not to, but I talk about them because I feel like I have an obligation to people who want to hear about them. So I talk about certain things. The truth of the matter is, I talk most about what I see as most important right now in life. And people like Kanye are a perfect example of why heart coaching needs to exist. I mean, he just pretty much is job security for me and what I do in helping people with emotional wellness and learning how to not only be emotionally well, personally, individually, but being able to use that and spread out into your family and your community. Because we see what happens when you're emotionally sick. Like Kanye, you do spread your message, but what are you spreading? Is it toxic? That's why we have to learn how to let some things go. That's why we have to learn how to de stress. We have to learn how to speak up when things are going on. We have to stop letting people run all over us and then get upset with them. We have to stop giving people access to trample us and then get upset with them when we're dirty. We're going to have to let some things go. We're going to have to get to the space where we're like, look, I want the most out of life. And if that means that I have to move, if that means that I have to gain 100 pounds, if that means I have to lose 100 pounds, if that means that I'm going to have to change my way of being, if I cook a certain way, I'm going to have to stop cooking like that. This is how I like to exercise. I'm going to have to adopt a new regimen, whatever it is. Let it go. As I speak to you right now, I'm just going to be very transparent with you. When I get off the air today, I'm going to, and even before I get off, like I'm just going to take some time to just breathe. I just need to breathe. I'm with you guys. We just have to let it go. Let it go. What is your it? Were you abandoned as a child? What is your it? Did people bully you? Were you the bully? Did you kill someone? And though you got off legally, it's hard for you to sleep at night because you keep seeing their face. Let it go. You can't change the past. I'm not minimizing what you're going through. What I am saying is you're going to have to work towards taking the steps to let it go. It's like building muscle. I know that I have a six pack in my abdominal area. Those muscles can form a six pack. I know I do because anatomically, I have those muscles. When I've had exams and things like that, they're there. Occasionally, I feel them when I do sit ups and things of that nature. But guess what? I can't get mad if when I put my bathing suit on, I don't see them defined because I am not putting in the work. I am holding on to certain things that are preventing me from seeing them. Like my daily lifestyle and the way that I do things does not does not, the way that I currently live my lifestyle. Oh gosh, my coach Tom is going to get me. But I do work out now, but I'm just saying the way that I currently live my lifestyle does not will me to be walking around with a six pack when I put my bathing suit on, like some people I've seen. But if I was to let go of some of those things, and I am slowly, I am my chocolate ice cream at night before I go to bed. I'm letting it go. If I let those things go and shift my focus in another area, I will start to see growth and change in that area. And see, this is the problem. We're going to talk about this at 12:30. This is why many of us miss out on life because we have too much going on. We take on new things, but don't let things go as we take new things on. And I have learned that. I remember listening to Pastor Rick Warren of Saddleback Church, the author of The Purpose Driven Life. If you've never read that book, you need to read that book. It's a 40-day journey and it is worth that commitment. And he was talking about how one of his mentors, he had an older mentor that he used to well, he had a mentor or whatever, and the mentor he was just talking to him or whatever. And he told him, he said, one thing I've noticed about, and I'm kind of paraphrasing, but this really stuck out to me. He said one thing that he notices that a lot of people do that is incorrect, that when they have something new going on, They take on new things, but don't let go of the old things that were there. Anytime you bring something new on, something else should be let go of. Every single time. And I thought about that because we will convince ourselves that certain things are very important and we need to be doing this and I have to do this and and especially us super women, you're the class mom, you're the head of the usher board, you in the social group with your friends in the community, y'all travel and y'all go on cruises together. You are the go-to person in your family. You take care, you handle everything, you do all of that. And then you wonder why you burn out and you find yourself in the hospital for 2 or 3 days with a blood clot or some type of exhaustion. You dehydrated. Somebody found some issue with your heart. And the doctor's like, I don't understand why you're perfectly healthy. You know why? You know why? Because you didn't let it go. You're gonna have to let some things go. And you have to think about how your identity is tied up into what you're doing. And that might be a part of the reason why you're having trouble letting things go. We don't like to talk about that. But if we're going to feel good and be free on a Friday or any other day, we're going to have to learn how to let some things go. Think about it. And I believe it and I know it. And I want the best for you. That's why I want you to think about it. What's in your life that isn't serving you? You might be serving it, but it's not serving you. Listen, every good thing isn't a God thing. Don't let people keep manipulating you to be taken advantage of. Let it go. This has been Heart Talk with your heart coach, Adelai Brown, on your community station with international inspiration, kinetichifi.com. Make sure you pre order your copy of the new book, Help Save Me from My Broken Heart, at theheartconnections.com. We'll be back with our midday mix. But in the meantime, let it go. Keisha Cole, Lil Kim, and Missy. What y'all know about that? Hi, hi, hi.